Hello, you guys. This is your girl by you. I am back with another reading for my Pisces Sun Sign Collective. Before we get started, you guys can go to my website, which is thebayouwitchshop.com. Link will be below. I sell all kinds of items, spiritual apparel, handmade items that I personally make myself. And yeah, also you guys follow me on Instagram at the Bayou Witch. I have 3 Instagram accounts, but the main one I'm on is the Bayou Witch. So yeah. So anyway, let's get started. So for your oracle message, I pulled She Wolf, Unleash the Wild Within. I can definitely resonate with this message because my personality is kind of I'm the type of person, I'm pretty laid back most of the time, but I do have a natural born rebel inside of me. And sometimes I'm so because, we got a lot of us that consider ourselves to be the black sheep in our families. If you can relate, I'm pretty sure you're always the one that was looked at as wild as far as your temperament, like your attitude, and just kind of out there, just say what the fuck you want and just didn't really give a shit. And I'm not saying it in a malicious way, but I feel like so many of you guys have tried to tame yourselves, try to kind of hold yourselves back because you didn't want to be looked at a certain way. I've struggled with that I'm 39. I've struggled with that all my life. Like, I have my traumas. We all have our past traumas that we've dealt with growing up. But I feel like because you don't want people to expect something out of you, I feel like some of you guys try to kind of hold yourselves back and not be a certain way, even if you were like, you know what I mean? I just feel like some of you guys are just not really being yourselves. And I feel like it just kind of unfortunate because I feel like that is what makes you you. And it's kind of, aligns with the reading that I did the other day for Pisces. Some of you guys are holding yourselves back, and I feel like Spirit does not want you to do that anymore. I just feel like you should be yourself. I feel like a lot of Pisces people are meant to be, we're not confined type of people. We're free spirits, first of all. We don't live our lives the way people. We're not very we're unconventional. We're not conventional type people at all. We are not. We do not live the way people want us to. Okay, we don't act the way people want us to. It just does not work. Okay, we are meant to be very eclectic type of eccentric type of people. And I feel like you're holding yourself back from where you should be going in your life because you're holding yourself back so much. So Spirit is telling you to unleash that, unleash who you truly are. If you want to tell somebody, fuck off, say it. I mean, as long as you're not doing it in a way that, I'm not saying don't go around bullying people, don't go around being mean to people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you're one of those people that have always got picked on because of how you were, or people didn't see you as normal because you may not have been into normal type of what they consider normal. And case in point, my life, I'm very I've always been different. Like, even since I was a kid, I grew up listening to all kinds of music. I grew up listening to, I love jazz, I love hip hop, I love R&B. Not too much hip hop, but I do like, especially like from the 90s era, because that was like when I was growing up as a teenager. And I love me some Nirvana. As y'all can see, I'm wearing a Nirvana shirt. They're like one of my favorite bands. And I love me some Cyndi Lauper. I love listening to Katy Perry. I love listening to Eric Roberson. I love listening to Kevin Ross. Like, it does not matter what genre of music it is. I am not one of those people that like to be confined. If I want to listen to some rock music, I'm going to listen to rock music. If I want to listen to hip hop or R&B or soul, I'm going to listen to that. Okay? So I just feel like, because I'm the one in my family like that was kind of like what people saw as like my siblings kind of looked at me as the joke because I was just so different and just so, all over the place. And it's hard for them to like take me serious. So when I'm operating in my, in my spiritual business as the Bayou Witch, they're not really used to seeing me operating that way. As a matter of fact, a lot of people that follow me and my family on my Instagram, I delete a lot of them because when I get in my element as the Bayou Witch, my spiritual, as a spiritual boss or whatever, I don't necessarily want people that I grew up with that may not look at me in a certain way because they're just used to me being, they're always used to me being spiritual, but they're not used to me being so serious and just so, on my boss shit, like a boss type personality, because I was always so quiet and easygoing growing up, And if I did say something, it will be like so freaking out there and just out of the ordinary. Everybody would just laugh. So to see me in my element as the Bayou Witch or as Bayou, it's kind of different for them. Even though they do follow me on my Facebook page and they get a glimpse of who I really am, who I am, when I'm not around them. So anyway, so I've always kind of tamed that because I was always so shy to be who I am. I was made to feel kind of uncomfortable because I've always liked black lipstick, wearing a lot of black, and people always call me like, oh, the white girl in the family, and I'm into that white people you know what I mean? It was just so crazy because they just didn't understand it because even though I'm from Louisiana, I did live in Colorado for like 10 years. So they always tell me, oh, she on that Colorado shit, that's that shit that they do out there, whatever, I don't care. So my thing is, and also you're also coming out as the Empress, that's what's going to help you flourish, Pisces. Like, listen to what I'm saying. Okay? Listen to what, oh, by the way, as you guys can see, I got my tattoo done. This is not what I had in mind to get. I had an idea for what I wanted, but the guy, he completely changed what I originally wanted to do with like the stars and the moons kind of traveling, from my shoulder to my neck to like the side of my neck or whatever. And I ended up going back to the guy, the scary looking guy I was telling y'all about. If you watch my previous tarot readings from the other day, I'm gonna do another video. I'm gonna get into that story about that. But I don't know if you guys, and it doesn't look the best right now because it's peeling. But I still like it because I like how he did with the color. I just like how because he told me, he said, what I have in mind is something different. And everybody knows me that I'm very different. Like, I like things that look different. So even though I do love the tattoo, it is, it just goes to right here. And I don't know, he was kind of finicky about doing my tattoo on my neck anyway. So it is what it is. I said, well, maybe that's just spirit saying that it's just not meant for me to get a tattoo just across my neck, So I really do like it. And it's my little brother's nickname. We called him EJ. And it's it's written in a constellation. So anyway, so yeah, I'll get into that story in another video. But anyway, so yeah, you guys are coming out as Empress or Emperor energy, male or female. So this is what's going to help you shine, you guys. Like, Spirit wants you guys to, don't dim your own light because you want to fit in, because you want to, appear as normal. Let me just tell you, if you're a Pisces, you're not normal, okay? And I mean that in the best way possible. You're not meant to be normal at all. If you're a Pisces, you are not meant to be normal. I've had, like, when I first got married, when I was 25, I met my husband when I was 24. When I first got married, I changed a lot about myself because of him. I was a young girl and, I was into my darker look and stuff like that. I started wearing dresses, like sundresses with like flower prints and shit. And anybody that knows me knows that I hate fucking flower prints on fucking clothing, on anything. Like, it reminds me of a grandma's couch, like back in the 80s or something. You know what I mean? I just don't like that. But he started like buying my clothes for me. He started like I started changing up a lot about myself. And I'm not trying to make him sound like a bad person, but he did try to change a lot about me. And so, being in that situation for so long, I finally got out of it. Um, and yes, I do want to, no disrespect to him, but I do want to get a divorce, even though he and I still kind of hang around each other. He went to my brother's funeral and stuff like that. But just as a married couple, it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. We are better as friends, and sometimes not even as that, because we just got into it the other day, like yesterday. So, anyway, but I'm just trying to say, don't feel like you have to change yourself to fit in with society, you guys. Like this card says, unleash the wild within, because we are wild child. We are natural born wild childs. Like, we are meant to go out here and raise hell in a good way, of course. And like, Rihanna is the best poster child for Pisces, because I mean, when she first came out, she was like this good girl gone bad type of look, whatever, cutesy, pretty, all American girl. And by the time her second album came, she was like, "Fuck that." Everybody says that like she's like kind of been birthed from Khalees, because I grew up on Khalees. I grew up on like those type of badass females that are like alternative, but kind of like, you know what I mean? Just kind of sassy, will tell you what the fuck is on their mind, don't hold back, don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. That's what I love. That's the type of females that I grew up looking at, like Cyndi Lauper, like from the 80s and stuff, and Madonna. And Janet Jackson is my all-time favorite. I love Janet Jackson, and she is like that too. Like, she kind of had like, you never seen her wearing like light color. She always wore her black. She always wore her leather. She was like that badass bitch. Like, here I am. I am not your average Miss Goody Two Shoes. I am not Penny, bitch. This is who I am. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's who Pisces are. Okay, we're that natural born badass, whether you're male or female. That is what's going to get you far. Okay, be yourself. Dress yourself. Be dressed like who, you know what I mean. Stop trying to be like everybody, because it won't work. That's just me. I don't know how to be like everybody else. I don't know how to, even my makeup, like, I just don't know how to be like everybody else. Like, I can't help but to be myself. So, anyway, yeah. So, you guys are on your way to this, okay? But first you got to do this, okay? Shed that skin, be yourself. Make your footprint. If you got a business, be different, be yourself. Do something different, creative. Pisces are the most creative people there is. We are natural born innovators, okay? So that's all I have to say. I hope you guys resonated with this message, and yeah.